Who are the Filipinos, really? Beneath the islands, the traditions, the languages, and the rich tapestry of history lies a question that has puzzled scientists for decades. Where did the Filipino people come from? The truth? It's more astonishing than you think. Because what scientists have uncovered in recent years doesn't just rewrite Philippine history. It reshapes the story of humanity itself. Hidden deep within the DNA of modern Filipinos are clues to ancient migrations, extinct civilizations, and genetic lineages so rare that they have shocked even the most seasoned researchers. Let's uncover the story together. The Filipino identity has always been seen as a blend, a mix of East and West, shaped by centuries of colonization, trade, and migration. Spanish, Chinese, Malay, American, Arab, all of these have left visible marks. But that's just the surface. The real story? It's been buried inside Filipino blood. Thanks to massive advancements in genetic sequencing, scientists can now scan entire genomes of living people and compare them to ancient remains. When they did this with over 2,000 Filipino individuals across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, the results were jaw-dropping. They found more genetic diversity within the Philippines alone than in entire continents. In other words, the DNA of someone from northern Luzon can look almost as different from someone in Mindanao as it does from a person in India. That means the Philippines isn't one origin story, it's hundreds. One of the most shocking discoveries? The existence of ghost genes. These are fragments of DNA that come from now extinct groups of ancient humans. In Filipino genomes, researchers found a mysterious genetic signature that doesn't match Neanderthals or Denisovans, the two well-known archaic human cousins. It may point to a third, unknown group of ancient humans that interbred with the ancestors of today's Filipinos over 50,000 years ago. And that's not all. The Negritos, often referred to as the first Filipinos, carry some of the oldest human DNA on Earth. Their genes link back not only to mainland Southeast Asia, but to Africa and Melanesia. Scientists believe they arrived in the Philippines at least 40,000 years ago, crossing land bridges and oceans before the islands even took their current shape. Their physical traits, short stature, dark skin, curly hair, are not just the result of adaptation. They are the living evidence of one of humanity's earliest migrations. What about the mothers of the Philippines? By studying mitochondrial DNA, which is passed only from mother to child, scientists discovered astonishing maternal links between Filipinos and populations in Taiwan, Vietnam, Papua New Guinea, and even Australia. This supports the out-of-Taiwan hypothesis, which suggests that Austronesian-speaking people began migrating south from Taiwan about 4,000 years ago, eventually populating the entire Pacific. But here's where it gets even more shocking. Some Filipino mitochondrial lineages don't exist anywhere else in the world. These genetic fingerprints are unique, isolated, and ancient, suggesting that the Philippines wasn't just a bridge or a stopover, it was a birthplace, a cradle of civilization. In 2007, deep inside a cave in Luzon, archaeologists made a groundbreaking discovery, the fossil of Calao man, dated to over 67,000 years ago. That's older than any other human fossil ever found in the Philippines. Even more surprising, the bones didn't match Homo sapiens exactly. Later classified as a new species, Homo luzonensis, this small, mysterious hominin adds an entirely new branch to the human family tree. That means the ancestors of Filipinos didn't just arrive, they were already here, living, evolving, surviving. Far from the cities and mountains and jungles lived the Ida, Agta, Ati, and other Negrito tribes. Once spread across the entire archipelago, they're now pushed to the margins. But their genes tell a story no textbook ever could. Genetic analysis shows that the Negritos are genetically closer to Papuans and Aboriginal Australians than to other Southeast Asians. Their DNA is a living fossil of early human migration. Some Negrito groups have up to 6% Denisovan DNA, one of the highest percentages in the world. That's more than Tibetans, or even Indonesians. These ancient genes may even play a role in immune system strength and adaptation to tropical climates. Their DNA also contains unique genetic markers that are disappearing as they intermarry and lose land. Scientists are racing to study and preserve this irreplaceable genetic legacy before it vanishes forever. As Spanish galleons docked, Chinese traders mingled, and Arab merchants passed through, the Filipino gene pool expanded once again. Genetic testing reveals clear markers of Chinese, Indian, Arab, and Spanish ancestry, especially in urban populations. But unlike in many colonized nations, the Filipino genome didn't get wiped out. It adapted, absorbed, and evolved. This genetic resilience mirrors the Filipino spirit, the ability to survive, to adapt, to retain identity while embracing change. So why does this matter? Because the story written in Filipino DNA is not one of conquest or victimhood. It's a story of endurance. Filipinos are not just descendants of colonizers or migrants. They are the children of ancient kings, fearless seafarers, resilient survivors, and forgotten bloodlines that trace back to the dawn of humanity. Modern genetics shows us that the Filipino story isn't simple, it's epic. From Ice Age wanderers to Austronesian pioneers, from Denisovan ancestors to tribal communities clinging to their last strongholds, every Filipino carries within them the story of all humanity. And now, the world is beginning to listen. So the next time someone asks, "Where are you from?" remember this: you come from explorers who tamed oceans. You come from lineages older than most nations. You come from the stars of forgotten islands and the fire of survival. You are Filipino, and your story was written in your blood long before it was ever written in books.